What's that? What is that? Oh, that's our theme song. Sorry.
Where you been, mate? I know it's been like a year.
Oh, yes. Well.
We're here now. We're in the thick of it.
We're in the thick of it. Ooh.
From the nation's capital. That's Sian and Seán.
It feels good to actually say that now because
know.
Canberra's been mentioned. So
I
we're
know.
like, it's like a real thing.
They know who we are.
They know. They don't.
They don't. No one still does. They're like, is that a small town like in Western Australia? Could be.
Could be. No, honestly, like I was like looking to see if there was any like competition, and there was like no Australian podcast. And now, in like the last week, they've all cropped up.
Well, just want to say we're here first.
We were here first.
But also not first.
No, no.
It's not original, but
there's nothing original about being like, hey, we should talk about RuPaul's Drag Race on a podcast.
We're the first people that I know personally. And so I'll stick with that.
I feel like we're like the underdogs, you know? Yeah, we're the cool kids who do the podcast, but we're a bit indie, a bit, you know.
We're the electroshock of the season.
Exactly. We're the electroshock. Hello.
Oh my God, what?
Oh, we're back.
Oh, this is so exciting.
It is very exciting.
I'm beyond excited.
Yes.
I didn't realize how excited I was until the day of the show, the premiere, and I was like, first of all, Drag Race Down Under.
Yeah.
So exciting. Already here for it. I'm like at the point where I want to have seen the whole season already.
Yes.
Like,
couldn't they just drop the whole thing? It would have been nice.
Oh, then we could do this in one sitting. Then I could have my weekends back. I'm kidding.
Well, you don't have any weekends now for the next 10 weeks.
I'm a slave to you.
Or 8 or whatever episodes we don't know. This is how organised we always are. Amazing.
And that's what you come for.
But yeah, you're right. I was the same. I was kind of like, oh yeah, Drag Race Down Under, cool. And then last night, as soon as it started, I think it was even like the like they had like the sounds of like Australian native wildlife like going, and I was just like, oh my God. And I was in the vibe. I was in the vibe.
I know those noises. I've heard those in person. That's so stupid, but
it's weird that they've never done that in like the American one, because what would it be? It'd just be like the sound of like
don't say
angry New York's people.
I
Like,
was like, be so careful.
Pigeons, the sound of pigeons.
Pigeons and big 4-wheel drives.
Yeah. The sound of
America.
The sound of Hummers slowly drifting by.
Yes.
So I guess if we have any new listeners.
Yes, hi.
Yes, hi. We are I'm forgot my name already. I'm Seán, this is Seán.
Seán.
Yes.
Don't get it confused.
Well, everyone fucking does. So yes.
Yes.
It's every time we're around anyone, right? It's just like people will say our name, and I swear every time they say your name is the only time I respond.
Yes, absolutely. It's getting worse in our old age as well.
Huh? Who?
I heard a similar noun or a similar sounding name to me. So it must be me. And then if it is me, I'm like, oh, it's definitely, that's a Seán problem.
I have this real problem when I order coffee when they ask for your name, right?
Oh,
that I say Seán, but for some reason, I must just say it quickly or I mumble because, you know, I don't really want to talk to people.
Perfect person for a podcast.
Yeah. So, but I like, every time they're like, oh, what's your name? No, they're like, can I get your name? And I'm always like, Seán. And I think they always think I'm like saying Shaw. Because then the amount of times I've been like, Seán, they're like, yeah, like,
yes,
what's
your name?
What's your fucking name? Come on. I've got several ice lattes
Meanwhile,
to make.
you've walked off and you're already online like...
Waiting for my coffee. And they're like, coffee for unnamed man. But yes, what have we been up to since our last season? What do we even do?
Well, we did season 12.
12?
And I think, because we were never sure what season it was when we were doing the show. So
I was going to say the last one that was just on was season 12.
No, that was 13.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. We did season 12. Great.
Yes.
Yes, we finally worked it out. It only took us the whole of that podcast series and a year to work that out.
And then now we're back and we've forgotten everything we learnt.
Exactly. Well, back then I was shaved head. Now I've really embraced I've embraced my crystal method.
True. Really a style icon mullet for you.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks, Crystal, for the inspo. But yeah, so the hair's gone crazy.
Hair is back. Back. I went up a tone. So my hair is not as dark. It's a shade lighter.
Oh, okay. Well, Well, for any
It's
of our
been a big
avid
year for
fans,
me.
they're going to really spot that. And that's a really nice fun fact that
Shout
we will.
out to my hairdresser.
Okay, well, so I think we did this like the first episode we ever did, but I'm going to ask you again, what would be your drag name, like your drag persona if you had one?
Well, I really struggled with this.
Yes.
And I hadn't had a name up until last night.
Oh, that's right,
Last
yeah.
night, which I don't know if I can commit to it because when announcing it to the other people that were in the room,
Yes.
someone else did come out and was like, oh, that's pretty much the name that I had.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, never mind, I will sit back down.
So wait, what is it?
Well, it was going to be Mary Darling, like the Murray Darling. But Murray Darling seems to be taken by a river and another person.
Okay. So it's already been dibsed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yes.
Well, I think my new drag,
Well, yes.
my drag
Tell us
persona is
your-
supposed to be Lucy Nuff.
Yeah.
But look, I'm not committed to Lucy because A, I suck at drag. And it's never going to be a thing, right? So,
Though Lucy is the inspiration behind the graphic we have for this season as well.
it's true.
Yes,
That is true.
Your blonde wig and your bitch face.
Yeah, my bitch face. Yeah, I hope people notice that on the new artwork.
Yes.
That is supposed to be me in drag, and I look way better than I would if I
You
was
look better
actually.
than me now.
We were literally like, can you just like draw some like hair on my arms just to
Yeah.
make me look like I'm probably a man? And then we realized like I
Doesn't
do
matter.
just have tiny little skinny legs,
Yeah.
so like I don't know.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
Embrace the femme.
But yes, no, Lucy was like my drag thing, but not really a thing. Whatever,
Mm.
it happens. Also, Lucy Nuff is a great like name in terms of like levels of like meaning, only because obviously it's supposed to be like loose, like yo.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
But when my parents asked about it,
Oh, yes.
they were like, "Oh, like you're loose, like you're drinking, you're having a good time." And I was like, "Yes, mum."
Yes, you've got your PG explanation as well
It's
as your
perfect.
adults only.
Yep.
Lovely.
But no, my drag name I really like, really want to embrace, and someone should just take it from me, to be honest, because I'm not going to use
Oh,
it.
I'll take it.
You can have it.
Wait.
Greta Homes and Gardens.
Oh, I love it. No, can I have it?
Yeah.
No, wait. If you want it,
I don't know what I'm going to do with it, to be honest.
but then I can really embrace my plant mother lifestyle.
Yes, it can be a very plant-themed drag queen. I love this. We
Okay,
should
my
definitely-
first outfit is Monstera eleganza.
Oh, I like it.
Thank you.
Like what? You're just going to be green and full of holes.
Well, that's every day, but
What does that mean?
we're pushing it to the next level.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also a disclaimer that I thought of going into this season as well, knowing that because it's like Australia, it's closer to home.
Yes.
I feel like the American one, we're a bit further away from it. There's
Exactly.
200 podcasts on that. Maybe
Exactly.
there's less in this pool. So I felt okay being mean about the other queens in the American one. Now I don't, because what if they listen to us?
No, that's a big factor. But also, I do feel like a little bit of, I have personal attachment because, well, for some of us, we've seen one or two of the queens live.
Yeah.
So we've already got that like, oh, I love you.
Yeah. So like they're all amazing, and I know that through the season we're gonna like critique and stuff. But I want to say right now,
I am going to be completely biased, et cetera, et cetera.
oh yeah, 100%,
That's it.
our own Canberra queen.
Yes.
But yeah, I just think like we'll be critical, but we can't. We are not here to, no matter what we say.
Yeah.
We are not here to attack the queens
No, it's
because
all in
we
jest,
are
all
not
in fun.
qualified to.
Exactly.
Because I don't have I have a comms degree. What do you have?
I have a media production degree.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've got similar.
Similar.
So really the only thing we can critique properly is how it's
production,
filmed.
yes. So on to our first point.
So yes. So that's the thing. It's like, yeah, we will critique, but please, like honestly, I can't do any of this shit, and I'm very fully aware of
It
it.
takes so much skill, money,
I
and time.
Yeah. I also feel very like confident that I have really great ideas, but would I be able to execute them? 100% no.
I know what my first drag routine is.
Oh.
It's absolutely to Venus by Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
And I have the whole idea mapped out in my head.
Oh wow.
But I do not have the means to pull that off. Okay, I do not have costume making like qualifications. I can't dance. I can try and dance.
Well,
and it also,
we can get there.
Well, I also need like backup backup dancers. It's a whole show.
Oh right, you've got like a whole. There's backup dancers.
Maybe by the end of this season, I will do a special. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, I was getting really excited.
I'm so sorry.
Please.
I'm so sorry.
Please. Okay, well, I guess we should actually talk about the actual season.
Actually.
But before that, I'm sorry. No. Can we just have a moment of silence or discussion, because that's probably better. It's a podcast. We should talk.
Yeah.
For season 13 of Drag Race and
Yes.
how long that was.
For you listening at home, I want to let you know that we're now out of it. We're able to move on.
It's over.
And we can take on this new season with a fresh breath and just forget about it. But those we got to give acknowledgement to those queens as well.
100%.
Very good queens.
They were all very good.
The show did not need to go for that long.
And to be fair, I think it was only 2 episodes longer than the another season that was the longest one.
Yeah.
But so it shouldn't have felt that long. There was I think the way they structured it, the way that no one got eliminated till the 4th episode or whatever it was, and then that bloody episode that was after. So when they broke up the season with that bloody COVID thing,
episode,
and then when the episode after that was then a double stay.
The double stay.
Double shantae. I don't know what you call it. I don't know the terms. The double shantae.
Yeah.
So that just felt exhausting.
It really was. But we're not here to talk about that.
No. Let's move on to our favourites.
And we can move on to this very brand new and exciting season.
Yes.
First, Down Under Drag Race.
Yes. So my first thoughts were, as soon as it started, was, oh my God, yay, they win $30,000. And second was...
they win something. That's so exciting.
The poor UK queens.
I hope those repeater badges are worth something.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, they wouldn't be. I mean, they could probably sell them.
Cardboard. Just painted cardboard. There you go.
Honestly, I was genuinely surprised in that season when they started wearing them. During the workroom and stuff, I was like, oh, there is. I just assumed there was just one of them, and they kind of give it to them, but and then they just share them. But no, it was good to know that they actually
give them ideas.
Cut down on the cost, BBC.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah, no, I'm so glad that our Oz queens get to win something, even if that something is the amount that an American queen who wins 3 main challenges would win.
So true.
Well, actually, that'd be more because exchange and such.
Yeah. What's the cash tip was $3,000 for winning a main challenge.
That was pretty good.
Well, unless that's not for every episode. But still, you're adding some extra money. They're getting something.
That. And look, it's the first season. How much was the first season of Drag Race in terms of prize money?
I think it was very similar.
Yeah. Might have been, 20. Was it
$10?
Anyway, $10.
It's literally $10 bill. You're like, here, girl.
Yeah, this is
you would
all
have
we
gone at the club anyway.
Yeah. So, maybe it'll go up. It's probably Stan just going, we'll do this.
Gotta test the waters. You don't invest too much because it could be like a Canada thing.
Yeah.
Where...
Oh, wait, what?
Well, you got very... from my personal experience and people I've spoken about with Canada's Drag Race, where everyone was really excited for the first season, but they kind of were disappointed a bit.
Ah, yes.
And I know a few people that are a bit hesitant to watch the next season of it.
Right.
So, lack of interest.
Well, Jeffrey won't be there anymore if anyone's concerned.
I know. Yeah.
Poor Jeffrey.
Poor Jeff. But,
yeah.
Choices.
Choices. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, what were your first thoughts of Drag Race Oz then?
Yeah, well... It was so... I wondered if it was intentional or if, I don't know, someone just had a fun idea of rearranging the way queens walk into the workroom.
Oh.
So instead of walking in and going right, they came in and went left. And I was like, is this the whole, when you're in the Southern Hemisphere, the toilet spins backwards? You walk to the other side of the room because you're not in the Northern Hemisphere anymore. Genuinely, I was like, this feels really weird.
I had a similar joke where I was like, oh, because we're down under, it's flipped. And when Rue's obviously wasn't in drag on the judging panel, I was like, no, it's just because we're upside down technically.
Everything's a bit crazy.
Yeah, so under the desk, he's actually got full drag.
Full tuck in a suit.
Yeah, full tuck, and a bit of a dress thing going on. But you can't see it because obviously.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. Although I do still genuinely, even him wearing the suit, I assume he probably would just wear a whole suit, right? But in my mind, it makes me really happy to think he might actually still wear track pants with the suit on.
Oh, true. I just would love to imagine, like, he's just got one of, like, those old, like, those blankets like your great grandparents had. He's just got
cute.
that laid over the top of him.
He
like
probably
a hot
does
water
get
bottle.
cold. Yeah. It'd get cold in the studio,
Yeah,
you
right.
know.
Especially when you're not in layers and layers of drag. So, yeah.
Okay, well, let's go through all of the
we
queens.
Really need to stop getting distracted.
And the other thing, sorry, was at the very beginning, Ru, like, you know how Ru does, like, the pieces to camera on the TV?
Yes.
This is the first time, and thank you to Australian, I actually don't know who produced this, like, technically, in terms of Stan, was it TVNZ, whoever the crew was, well done you actually know how to use a green screen. Because this is the first time RuPaul has ever been on that green screen background on the TV, and it's looked good.
We've not had a green halo effect.
No, on the American one, it always looks so bad. I'm like, you can give out more than $100,000 in prize money on this thing each season, and you can't get a decent green key.
Ooh.
Anyway, this is
Good content. This is what you
the
came
comms
for.
degree coming in
It's
handy
showing.
now. Hey, but yes, no, that was my my issue with that.
Good pickup.
Now, our first queen that entered was Art Simone.
Yes.
I screenshotted the Wikipedia page because I don't know how to remember things. Art Simone is, this is what upsets me. Art Simone is 28. Electroshock is 28.
Oh.
Jojo Zaho is 30. Scarlett Adams is 27. And our youngest is, et cetera, at 22. I'm 28, nearly. What have I amounted to?
Instead of going on to that, you're now sitting here with me talking shit about it.
Oh, well.
That's fine.
Things could have been better. But yes, no, Art Simone, very fun. Melbourne vibe.
Yes.
Love it.
I loved, because I wasn't really sure of what their vibe really was until I kind of wanted to, like, be surprised by a lot of the queens when they came on.
Yes.
And I think, you know, it's in her name, art. She came out like a bit of an art smock vibe.
Yep.
And like fantastic makeup. And then later on,
Very good face.
Stalked her Instagram.
Oh, great.
Oh, girl. She can pull out looks from left,
Yep.
right and centre.
Yep.
That girl knows how to paint her face.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, but don't quote me on it, that Art has a show with WoW already.
Oh,
I'm
actually?
pretty sure, yes.
Oh.
So she's already known in like the Drag
Yeah.
Race world, or anyone who's ever subscribed to WoW, which is like no one.
I think it's very big in America.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like is that how they watch it in America?
Yeah, I think it's on there.
So I don't think anyone in Australia really pays attention to that stuff because we just wait till Stan has it.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm pretty sure she has like one of them shitty little online mini-series things going on. I don't know what she does. I'm going to watch it and get back to you next week.
Thank you.
And
I'm intrigued.
And then who was next into the workroom? It was Maxi Shield.
Maxi Shield.
Yes.
I think I'm going to fall in love with Maxi Shield.
I think so too, yes.
I like that she doesn't take herself too seriously. And if she's like, oh, you bitch, you look better than me and you look like that. And I just like her attitude.
Yes. No, well, I feel bad to admit this, but I got immediately, for some reason, I don't know why, I got James Mansfield vibes as she walked in, and I was really horrible and was kind of like, oh, she might be going home first. But then, over the episode, she was talking, I saw her drag, and I was like, no, this bitch is fucking fierce and funny. So, yes,
and she's
I'm
got
very
double
excited.
Fs.
And fucking the biggest knockers on Drag Race ever. Maybe Jimbo as her beat.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't think so. Jimbos are definitely more perky.
That's true.
But
yeah, Jimbos are up in their face. Oh, great.
But yeah, Maxi's got the biggest titties.
I love.
And then yeah, who else was there? So many fun queens. I think it was Anita, Wiglet, and
Ketamine, yeah.
Which, by the way, totally understood the concept of Ketamine's name, but didn't fully appreciate it until I heard her say it in her accent.
Oh my God, the biggest moment.
Yeah. I did the same with Jojo Zaho.
Yes, exactly. You needed someone else to say it.
Yeah. And I was just
Jojo
Jojo Zaho.
You know
it was there all the time.
These queens are creative.
They know what they're doing. And who else is there? Karen, obviously.
Karen Finance.
Great
Already
entrance.
like kind of a well-known name.
Yep.
Just or association with like Trixie and Katya and stuff.
Yep.
So I think as a queen coming onto the show, it seems like she's probably got the most household name. I guess
in Australia.
In Australia, or at least if you follow Drag Race and you didn't know much about the queens, surely in America they'd be like, oh, Karen from Finance, I've heard of that queen before.
Yeah. And I think I saw her at I think we both saw her at a...
she was in Canberra hosting...
and I'm sorry, it was the saddest gay picnic I've ever been to. It was so quiet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was just like Karen was performing and like living it up and making everyone vibe, but it was still a bit like, oh, there's like 10 people here.
Oh, I think I saw them at a different thing because they were out of drag.
Oh.
And it wasn't until like halfway through this damn, like, it was like a drag... kind of like drag stand-up or showcase for local queens in Canberra. And, yeah, I think they just happened to be there or they were hosting the event. And then someone was like, that's Karen from Finance. I was like, oh, what?
And then we've, of course, both seen et cetera, et cetera.
Yes,
our Canberra queen. Saw it, Yes Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing, outstanding.
Yeah.
We will definitely just play favourites, this whole thing.
So Aussie.
Especially since now they have actually been like... Canberra on TV, and we all screamed and cried. It was amazing.
Over how much we didn't get the dress. Oh, no, yeah. It's fine.
The dress could have been, no. It was a good dress. It was just, to be fair, we were all like, it should be the penis out. And
if you don't know what that is, like,
Google it.
Google search Canberra penis out.
We promise you it won't. Actually, it might come up with something really bad. Anyway, do safe search. You'll be fine. Yeah, no, and I've also seen Coco Jumbo perform.
Oh, yes.
That was random. So I saw her at the Ivy Pool Party at Mardi Gras.
Oh, this year?
Which was really random because basically Pat, my partner, and we weren't going to go to Mardi Gras. And then last minute we were like, fuck, we really want to go to Mardi Gras. Why did we think this was a good idea not to plan anything?
Yeah.
So anyway, we were like, fuck it. There's some venues that are going to like be, I don't know, doing something. I think there was one place that was like free ticket or something. So we were just like, we'll go there, drink, work something out, whatever. So we're on our way, then one of our friends calls on our way and is like, hey, so 2 of my friends have just like bailed on like the actual parade. Do you want their tickets? And we were like, how? Like we're like half an hour from Sydney and we're like, oh my God, perfect.
Gay gods are watching.
So we actually got to go to the stadium do the whole Mardi Gras thing, which means I also saw the premiere of our Queen reveal for this
you were
season.
In the room when it happened.
Yeah, which to be fair was just very like, actually it was really stupid because I don't know what happened. I don't know if someone running the social media fucked up, but all the queens were posting their like graphics hours earlier when I was in the car on the way to Mardi Gras. I was like, they were all announcing it already.
That's right.
So I don't know if someone slipped up and fucked up or something, but
someone's not with the production crew at the moment. Someone
be bad. But yeah, so I was there to see all that, and then because these friends it was so weird. They just kind of like disappeared. I still don't really know the story. We're gonna have to find out. But these 2 people that were supposed to go to all these Mardi Gras stuff just vanished. And so
seems very convenient for you. Is this turning into a true crime podcast?
True. It's kind of a little bit like
Sean, we're gonna have some questions later.
I promise I'm not capable of murder. It's too messy.
That's the only reason.
But yeah, so we went to, because they didn't go to fucking anything, we had their tickets to the Ivy Pool Party as well, which were impossible to get apparently. So there was all these people bitching me like, oh, I wanted to get tickets, but they sold out. And I'm like, just quietly slipping into this thing going, I wasn't meant to be here. You did this last year as well.
Hang on a second.
Wait, did I?
It was like getting into the main event for Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
we just kind of slipped in there.
Yeah. I was so lit though, I don't really remember much. So, but you know,
anyway,
I remember Kesha, which is weird.
Yeah.
But
she's the one that I forget was there.
Yeah. Wait, who was there?
It was Sam Smith, Dua Lipa.
Oh, yeah, right. Kesha. Dua Lipa was there.
Girl, come on.
I keep forgetting I've seen Dua Lipa live.
I know. You've got to remember now.
Anyway, I don't remember any of that. And yes, so went to Ivy Pool Party and they had a bunch of Aussie drag queens there performing, and one of them just happened to be Coco Jumbo. And
that is so fun.
Yeah. And she she was amazing. Like, so I think she's definitely one that could be definitely top 3 already.
I must say, looking at the queens, like I think Art Simone is one to watch out for. I reckon she is going to do so well in this competition. And like, I just think there's really good talent.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good season.
Yeah. I'm still yet to work out exactly what each person's strengths are, like whether they're a comedy queen or a dancing queen.
Yeah.
Like I guess we'll slowly learn that, but they're all pretty fucking funny already, so that's great.
I'm loving it.
And do we address the black-faced elephant in the room?
Oh, no, Sean. There are so many better ways for you to have said that.
What? That's fine. No? Okay.
But I think like, it was a lot of controversy surrounding the lead up to the season.
Yes.
And you have to acknowledge that obviously one of the queens on the show has...
Actually, did multiple
cultural appropriations.
Yes.
Did come out with an apology that has been very poorly received.
Yes.
And then since coming on the show, I think has deleted that apology.
Oh.
So
what, did it mess up the feed or something on Instagram? Is that why?
It just didn't fit the algorithm. She just wasn't getting enough views.
Oh,
no,
God.
I'm kidding. That's not true. I think it was more, from what I've read, that, people just didn't really believe it. And then... It's... I don't know.
So that was all brought out and into the public by another Canberra queen, Felicia Fox, who is amazing. And also everyone should find them and go see them perform because amazing. But yeah, so they came out with like, this is the thing. And it was all the photos. It was bad.
Yeah.
Like rough. Also, Karen from finance, there was a thing as well.
Yes.
Where she had, I don't know if she still does, but she had a gollywog tattoo.
Yes.
Which she had because she had a collection of gollywog toys when she was younger.
Yeah. And there was I was reading up on some stuff this morning as well. We do research on this thing. And look at us. A little bit factual, a little bit just putting the pieces together.
Information. You're learning today, everyone.
But there's definitely like, I think after the episode aired, a lot of people on Twitter as well have been like, hey, just remind you, like, I saw someone was like, be careful of who you support on the show. Yeah. And yeah, it's funny that, you've got two queens in a situation of controversy before the season, yet it seems that there's way less of a spotlight on one and way more on another. Yeah. And I don't know if that's maybe how they've handled things. I think Karen actually maybe even outed herself. Right. Or it was about to go, and so she did a proper statement to be like, just so you know this. In my opinion, I'm not a person of colour, so I don't have much weight in the conversation. Yeah. But, like, if you want to apologise, like, use your platform to then support people of colour, queens and artists around you. Like, you've caused a lot of attention to come to yourself, so why not uplift the people that you've hurt? Let's talk about the mini challenge just briefly because it sucked. I don't even remember what it was. I don't know what it was because they were like in front of a green screen and they were doing like lines from God, Taika Waititi, his little cameo. Yeah, but it made no sense. I love these pre-recorded bits that make it seem like he's in the room. Well, it didn't make him seem like he was in the room at all. It was just these weird responses like, what do you think, Taika? And they're just like, well done. Great job. Yeah, it was very strange. I did like him originally on the screen talking. Yes. That was cute. That was funny. But then the bits where they slotted him in. I know. That mini challenge, I was like, if this is what the season is, I'm worried. That's the thing, because they've also announced both the Minogues. I know, and I'm like, give them more. Please, just give anything. Them more. I hope. I hope they're not just recorded and then doing real pre-recorded responses. That's going to be fucking terrible. I don't want that for them. And then there was no outcome to that. I thought they were going to maybe edit that stuff together. Yeah, we didn't get anything. But they were just on a green screen, but there was nothing behind them ever. I guess you got to see little bits of the queens and how funny they were in certain ways. Yeah. But yeah, it was just a bit strange. A bit strange. I don't think it really opened us up into who these people are. No. And then so we went into the main challenge, which was supposed to be a bit more of that. Yes. It was like, let's strip you naked and then tell us where you're from. Which, do you want to talk about the looks for the runway in detail, or is it more like, oh, people were naked and then people... I think for the naked one, it's like, people were naked. And that's that. Yeah. I didn't like those looks that much. But I don't think you... Like, there's no, like, glamorous way to wear a like a suit like that.
No, that's my issue. I don't like the challenge, not necessarily like their looks. I just don't get the challenge, maybe because I'm a prude and I don't want to be naked. But like it is really hard unless you're going to use your actual body, and then obviously it becomes a whole like, what if someone's not comfortable with their own body, and then it's like, and then you know you get all those like little skinny little drag queens who go on there like, look, I'm basically naked, and they always do so well, because they're always like, yes, you're fierce, you haven't eaten in weeks, but yeah, so it's really hard if you're not gonna if you're wearing an actual bodysuit thing, it's like it just looks a bit cringe sometimes.
Honestly, like I've got like a bodysuit that if I'm not wearing a belt, your girl has no shape.
Yeah.
Like that's hard to, like you have to have it cinched in at all the bits, or
I don't
like
even
do
understand
something.
how it would work.
I liked, because like et cetera, didn't wear a bodysuit.
Yeah.
But like had some prosthetics and had a whole message behind it. I was like, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
As well, I liked that it was different to a lot of the others.
Yeah.
And then Karen's one just put on a different spin.
Yeah. And I think Karen's worked really well in that way, because then it was like quite camp and quite, oh look, haha, tan. Like I think that worked very well in that context. And actually, once Karen came out in that look, I kind of went, oh, true, that's kind of a way you could do this. I kind of get it now. Whereas some of them were just like, I'm wearing a bodysuit and my pussy lips are pushed out.
Oh no.
And you're just like, ooh.
If that's actually funny to bring up, because we watched the episode twice last night because we just got so excited. And that like latex nude suit.
Yes.
I did not. I was like, yeah, cool. Like it's just kind of naked and then just probably like a bushy vagina.
Yeah.
And then like I saw like a cut in between the subtitles.
Oh yeah, because we had captions like, on. Yeah.
Oh, that's a vagina.
Oh, there's a vagina on that one. Yeah.
Part of me is like, I'm just so curious to see what it actually looks like, because I think they avoided showing it a fair bit.
Yeah, they were trying to be far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I was like, pretty bold.
It was pretty bold, and like I guess it looked quite cool. It just I don't know, I don't get that chance. Anyway, we will be.
I just would have hated touching myself. Yeah, let's be back.
We'll be back in just a second. And we're back.
Hello.
Okay,
Hi,
so we're going to talk more about Drag Race now, and the main stage, obviously, and the looks on the runway at the end. But first, we have a special guest on tonight, and it is my own father.
Yay!
Hello, Kevin.
Hi.
Welcome to the show, Kevin.
How you going?
Hi. I'm well, thank you.
That's good. Now, I forced you pretty much to watch this so I could talk to you about it. So, had you heard about Drag Race at all before?
Only through the ads that I've seen.
Well, that's good. We'll pass it on to Drag Race. It's good to know that their advertising is reaching people.
Yes. They're advertising through Channel 7.
Oh, Channel 7?
I think it was Channel 7.
Because it's Stan. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes. So, did you know who RuPaul was either? Because I feel like he's like been around for centuries.
The name didn't mean anything to me, but as soon as I saw him on the show, I recognised him, but I'm not certain where from.
Well, he's been in so many things. He honestly pops up in so many things.
Cameos.
Yeah, because he used to just do drag. He was in the Brady Bunch, I want to say. He was in the Brady Bunch movie.
Oh, yes.
As someone. You might have to look that one up. But anyway, he's in things. But yes, we're very interested to hear what your thoughts are on Drag Race for seeing ever seeing it, you know. So what did you think?
Still there?
Yeah, hello.
Oh, well, putting up the point that reality television's not my scene.
Yes.
Yep.
And I have never seen any show like this before.
Oh.
It was just rather intriguing. I could see it had most of the hallmarks of a reality TV. The competition, setting people, competitors against each other, backroom discussion.
Wow, yes.
So it had many of it. So to me, it felt like watching many of those sorts of shows. My eyes were open to how far the drag community has gone in terms of explicitness.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Have you ever done drag yourself?
Yes. only once.
Oh yeah, like were you properly dolled up?
Yes, we actually had a band. It was a joke band, fishnet stockings, short skirts, and certain other paraphernalia. I won't discuss.
Oh, now we're the intrigued ones.
We lip synced right up to some disco numbers at a party.
Oh my God!
Did you have a
How
name?
have I never heard this before?
What was
What was the band name?
It's too long ago for me to remember that.
So wait, were you actually performing or was it lip syncing?
We were lip syncing, and let's put it this way, Bananarama was still big.
Oh, wow.
A long time ago.
That's incredible.
Oh my God, I never knew I had a drag father.
Oh my God, congratulations.
But yeah, so out of all the queens, you probably don't remember all their names because I don't either, but who was your favourite of the episode?
I actually liked the winner the most because the who was playing the sort of the office.
Oh yes, Karen from finance.
Worker.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And I liked that because there was a consistency of the performance. He really, or she really played the character well, and I could understand why she was picked over the other contestants.
Yes.
Some of them were more of your more typical drag performance, but I was really blown out by some of the costumes. But I felt like she actually imbued her character into what she was wearing, whereas the others were wearing costumes, but that's all. There wasn't a feeling of they own the costume.
Oh, you've gone much more analytical than I was ever expecting, so I appreciate that.
I think you should just take over from us.
Yeah, why are we here? Well, yeah, I'm sorry that you had to deal with the born naked full body.
So sorry that had to be the first one.
Yes,
as well,
because that was violent to my eyes.
And what was it about? What I found interesting. Yeah, I thought there was sort of like 3 layers to this. You had the full drag personality.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
When they're in costume, then you had that sort of out of costume drag personality. I'm going to say.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes they let the person underneath, I'm going to say, come through as well. So you saw 3 aspects of each person.
Oh.
I mean, obviously, the ones who missed out or lost out, or the ones who really were successful came through really strongly.
Wow.
With their underlying person.
You've literally just summed up everything RuPaul says every season, which is like when they're like, he's always like, so you're not being vulnerable enough. You need to strip yourself away and find that layer. And you literally just said that, which is bizarre because you should just be RuPaul now. Like, you'd be able to go on there.
I thought RuPaul and the judges, for the most part, did a very sensitive way of critiquing without being too, except in the joking way, without being too too much attacking each of the people. I thought they did a good job of that. They respected their efforts, even when they were critiquing what happened. So none of the contestants, even the one who got, can really take anything from that except a genuine. I thought they were genuinely constructive in their criticism. So I thought that was a good aspect of the show.
I'm sure a lot of the queens would disagree and be like, I was personally attacked.
Well, yeah, possibly. It's my first time to see that, and I don't watch many other things either.
Well, I love that you've been introduced to both how drag is going so far in the world and also reality TV shows. Welcome. To be fair, I'm the same. I don't really like reality shows either, in the sense of like, sometimes it's just there's drama for the sake of drama and all that stuff.
I love it.
But this is, I know you love it. But I do appreciate Drag Race for it because you do get to see all this cool art and like I think someone said before, they were like, Drag Race is one of the hardest reality competitions to do because there's usually, if it's like a dancing one, you've got to just be able to dance. On this thing, you need to be able to dance, act, be funny, do all these looks in drag. Like there's so many different elements.
Just also stay genuine the whole time.
Yeah.
Or learn how to be sensitive.
I don't know how the series progresses, but that's one thing I thought it did lack a little bit. I don't think there was enough opportunity for the contestants to actually perform in a sense. I mean, you had to go down at the end.
There will be chances. So if you are interested, you could just keep watching it, and then you'll see. But otherwise, I'll bring you back. You can watch the last episode, so at least you can see how it all turns out.
Oh, okay.
How's that sound?
I assume there'll be just the 2 left in the last episode.
I think they usually do like a top 3. So they have 3 kind of go for it. Yeah. So yeah, maybe we'll bring you back for that.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Well, thank you. Okay. Thank you for being there. Thank you for coming on the show for us today and letting us know your thoughts.
Thank you. And good luck with the rest of the show.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And tell Mum I will see you next weekend because it's Mother's Day.
Bye.
All right, catch ya.
Bye.
All right, well there you go.
Perfect.
I was genuinely surprised that
Can he replace me? I don't think I should be here anymore.
Oh, I think he's still there. Bye, Dad. Hang up on him. I was expecting him to be a bit more like, I like the dress, but he analysed the whole. How did he just analyse the whole thing just then?
An amazing insight. Like, he could have written a whole essay.
Yeah, to be fair, my dad's very like that. He's like essays and.
Yeah, especially if you're coming in from like watching big thinking shows and you're coming into I don't watch reality TV show, you'd be like, okay, this is how this works. There's a formula to this, but that is amazing.
Oh my God. Well, that was
have
Kevin,
to have
everyone.
him back.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yes.
And you need to try and find some photos of this band.
Oh, true. I really want to find
so
this now.
intrigued.
I never knew he did. Like, I think I knew something about him doing some band thing with wearing fishnets, but he was like, he just said full drag.
Full
like,
drag.
they did.
Full drag lip singing.
They lip synced. Sunk? Anyway. Madness.
I'm going to be so disappointed if you don't come back.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get a photo of this because I need this in my life.
You're going up to see them next weekend.
Yeah. Also, I just in that whole thing, I just realized I'm like, I just wanted to see Mum watch that. Especially the born naked bit. She would have been like, oh. Anyway. Oh, well, some insight for her there, I guess.
I love that.
Well, I guess let's talk about the actual runway then.
Yes.
Because...
Our hometown looks, hey?
Our hometown looks because what I just said before, I was like, should we go through like the born naked again? And you were like, no, because I didn't like it.
That was a private conversation, Sean.
Which, by the way, we don't mean the Queen's good looks. I just, like we said before, I wasn't
inspired by
no,
the
it's
theme.
not that. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't like it. Yeah.
Anyway, but
hometown
looks
always
gave
exciting.
us the opportunity because we were questioning whether et cetera, would do Canberra because she currently resides in Sydney
and is known as a Sydney Queen.
Yeah.
But
so,
yeah.
The fact that we heard, we're just going to start with her anyway, and then we'll go down the list, all right?
Okay, yeah.
I've decided. The fact that, like, RuPaul said Canberra.
Crazy.
Wow.
It's not really a thing you ever hear, right? It's like, even though we're the nation's capital, no one ever says Canberra.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
But, no, that was very fun to have that be the hometown that she chose. Even though
yes, very good.
It was hers, but
although yes, so that look,
the look,
it was very pretty. I liked it, but I think we were all a bit like, what else can we like? What we want more Canberra.
I want more. I want it to be slapped in the face that, like, you're like, what the fuck is this town? This is the nation's capital. What if you search the term Sky Whale Canberra? I want that to have walked down the runway, honestly. That would have been
yes.
incredible.
We wanted, the Sky Whale would have been great.
And intriguing.
To be fair, actually I think the outfit was really good because for someone outside of Canberra, it didn't have to be too in-jokey, and it was like it was supposed to be the rolling grey hills of Canberra, great, and it had like the streets. Do we have
rolling grey hills?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Do we?
It's just the public servants laying down in the streets in their grey suits.
In their grey suits.
Those rolling grey hills.
Yeah, and then I saw she had like she said there was like the roads of Canberra on the dress,
which I kind of get because
because then it went to like the parliamentary triangle.
Yeah.
So I got that. But then I was like, there was these 2 lines at the like right on the chest, and I was like, well, is that Northbourne Avenue? Because if so, we both live pretty much just above their
nipple.
right nipple.
Or depending on which way you're facing.
We are the nipple. No.
Heart.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Oh.
I'm crying again.
Yeah, hard over nipple. But yeah, so I liked it, but yeah, you're right. It's almost just like a selfish thing that I wanted it to be so blatantly slapped in face Canberra just because I want to be like, it's Canberra, everyone, learn about us. But yes.
But you know what? It's inspired me to be like, I need to have a drag Canberra themed party.
That sounds fucking great.
Because from conversations I've had, there are so many options.
There are so many.
And I just want that for us.
Yeah.
That's it. I
would go as what's that plinth thing that's like on the lake?
Oh, the Carillion?
Yeah, I'm gonna go as the Carillion.
Oh, yes. So it's basically a bell tower if you don't know what the Carillion
is.
It's
it's some kind of instrument. It's not a bell necessarily. It's something, I can't remember what it is. Anyway. There's something in the top of it. People can play music out of it.
Yes. Oh, yeah, it's like an organy. Anyway.
Queen Lizzie gave it to us.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Cute.
Don't know how she got it here.
Surely that was a bit extra baggage.
Yeah, but Queen Lizzie gave that to Canberra.
Yeah.
So I'd go as that, and I'd just have like a little, I don't know, make sounds.
That's fun.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or just go as the lake, or go as, I don't know, there's so many options.
There's quite a few options.
Yeah.
Canberra's got some weird things. Questionable art.
Questionable art everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. And I love it. Or you could go, we've got a rainbow roundabout as well.
Oh, true, yes.
Or
on the street we're currently recording.
You know, our ballot results for the yes vote.
That is niche, but I like it.
But you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah. It was like 71%, was it?
Yeah.
I don't want to say 71%.
It's like, we love. But then it would come out something similar like electroshock.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh my God, this town's all about love. And you're like, what are you wearing?
I don't get it. Yeah. So, yeah, let's go down the list. So the first one out was Scarlett Adams.
As Swan.
As Black Swan. Wait, Black Swan? Are they called Black Swans?
Yeah.
Now that I said that, I feel like I'm just like that film, is that film called Black Swan?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. With Natalie Portman?
Swan Lake? Yes.
Natalie Portman, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah? Anyway.
I didn't realise that film was about Perth. Wow. But yes, no, that look, I actually quite like that look. I think it worked really well.
Yeah. I mean, I got it. I didn't really like the silhouette, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, okay. But it was clever to do it with the arm. I think there was ways that could have looked gross and cheesy, and I think it worked quite effectively.
Enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like fun Perth thing.
And that's all we're going to say about
Sad that it's not a quack up at that time.
Oh, and then, is this Maxi Shield?
Yes.
Yes. From, I don't even know what...
Is this Maxi Shield? No. Is this...
We can just play
We're just going to play. This is live viewing of...
Live viewing. It is. Yeah. Oh, Ballina, right, because they have the giant prawn there.
This is incredible. I wish this got more credit. And I don't even care if it's predictable, because clearly we're saying that we want that.
I wanted it to be, well, because you get the American drag queens who are always like, I've come as, and they always come as the most obvious thing in their town.
Oh my God. Queen from UK Drag Race, when the one that's like total slag.
Oh,
when she came
Vinegar Strokes, sorry.
Yes.
Came as the Thames. No, came as, it was even like the Thames, but like, because she was, I assume, from the East End. So she was actually coming as EastEnders, right?
That's right.
Because it's like the actual map in the...
True.
Which looks shithouse. But we knew that.
We knew that. Well, she had a different outfit, didn't she? And then she just changed
and then she changed it, yeah. No, she had, I remember. There was like...
Strokes, she needed more credit.
She had good ideas, but she...
anyway...
But then she talked shit about one of the queens on the latest season. There was this whole thing that came out. So I think she was talking shit about Tace. And it came out. So she was on like a live, like an Instagram live or something.
Yeah.
And there was another queen, I can't remember who it was with her. But then also Tia Coffee was there. And she was like calling Tace's outfits out. And
that
then
makes
Taste
me really upset.
Yeah, and then Taste was really like,
No.
and was just tweeting photos of Vinegar
Oh,
Strokes
no.
looks from season 1. It was really
no.
anyway. It was done in mostly good jest, I think, in the end.
I mean, I hope. Anyway,
Prawn
prawn outfit,
outfit,
love.
amazing. It was. I like
I
that.
want one for myself.
Yeah. Well, let's contact Max. And
I'm so glad. Also, I've just now realized.
Yep.
There was no shrimp on the Barbie joke. I'm so happy that there was none of that.
You're
Unless
right.
there was and I missed it.
I
just blocked it out. I was like, I'm not hearing this. Not on my show. Not on
It's gonna happen at some point.
No.
It's definitely gonna happen.
Yes.
Okay. So Electra, we kind of mentioned, but
yeah.
choices. To be fair,
I want her to do well. I felt so bad for her when she walked in. Everyone's like, who the fuck is this
yeah,
bitch?
underdog. So yeah, I hope she gets a bit of a redemption
Yeah.
arc. There's a bit of like there's got to be at least one episode where she finally goes, yes, look how fucking incredible I am, and then can go home.
Yes.
Which is what we're hoping Elliot with 2 T's was going to do, but then Elliot with 2 T's never did that, and then just went home.
4 times to get her off the show. 4 times.
I feel sorry for Elliot.
Yeah.
But did you see that video? It was like the top 3 watching the live show back.
Yeah.
And like,
I
so
don't
it's like
think
their
anyone was an
reactions.
actual fan of Elliot.
And like, so all the queens are coming on the screen with their looks. And then they were like, oh my God, yes. With all of the queens. And then Elliot came on the screen and
Everyone's face just dropped. Oh. They're like, big smiles, flatline.
so rough.
Ooh, that's their personal drama that
Yeah.
they can hash out for themselves.
And to be
It's
fair-
not for us to really comment on, but to enjoy the drama.
Yes, exactly. And to be fair, I feel like Elliot with 2 T's was done dirty the whole time, right? It was like a Stanford prison experiment vibe at the beginning
totally
of that
was.
season because they pretty much split them up into the 2 groups. So the ones who won everything thought they were fucking incredible the whole time, and then the other group felt a bit shit.
Yeah.
So it already made this horrible dynamic. But then on top of that, they then had one of those queens be in a 3rd category of everyone thinks you're shit because you literally got voted out by everyone.
Exactly.
And so for the rest of the season, there was no way Elliot was ever going to have a redemption because literally psychologically, all the queens had pretty much been told Elliot isn't worth your time.
Yeah.
How rough is that?
It was really, really bad.
I'm not a therapist, but I think that's what happened,
Yeah.
right?
Pretty much. I have to agree with you there.
So they should never do that again.
I hope they don't. Also, just to not eliminate anyone in those first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that.
Anyway,
I
yeah,
don't want that.
sorry, Electra, yes. I think I feel bad for her because I totally get the meaning behind it.
Yeah.
It actually it doesn't look the best, but I think the judges were a bit harsh to be like, we don't get it, when it's literally like she actually was like, well, actually the Maori language for these words means this, and it's a bit rough to be like, well, we don't get that because it's not in English. Pretty much is what was being said by the judges.
Yeah, it's like,
felt.
you have to explain all the different layers. It's like,
It's like, well, yeah, it's in a different language, dickheads. I don't know. It felt a bit.
Also, then it's like clear, like you obviously don't understand, like that, like you don't know enough about New Zealand to kind of understand that there would be layers to that.
Yeah, I feel like New Zealand people would get that. I've definitely heard the I don't know what
We'll
it is
have to
now.
ask one of our friends from New Zealand.
Yeah.
We'll show them that photo. Like,
Yeah.
do you get what this is?
Yeah.
We'll come back next week.
Because I feel like everyone there knows all the Maori names for things. Because in New Zealand, they're just way better at that stuff.
Yeah.
Because everything, it's like so impressive. You go there and everything has like 2 languages on all the sides. And I'm just like, yes, embrace Indigenous and culture. I love it. So I feel like people would get that. And I just think because they're Americans who have come here and go, we don't get it. You got a sheet on you. Like,
all I know is you have sheep and you play rugby. And
yeah, and so the fact they didn't
off.
get called out for that is a bit like, well, what? Anyway, Coco Jumbo.
Coco Jumbo. Okay. What did you think?
I thought it was a weird angle to go with the big banana.
Well, I kind of liked... I clearly am all over the fucking place because I'm like, I want more obvious. I want it to be so clear and like simple and just be what it is. But then this came out and I was like, I don't get it. And then I was like, Coffs Harbour, the big banana.
And then did you like that then? Yeah.
I did, but then I have to agree that it's just a gorilla suit.
That's kind of what my vibe was. I was like, it is just a gorilla suit. But yes, you're right.
Are those chaps?
Oh.
So...
That is pretty clever.
Yeah. That's it.
You're right. The reveal of like, oh, banana,
Yeah.
Once that happened, I was like, oh, I get it.
Or if she had pulled out like a massive banana.
Well, that's
would've
the
been funny.
my only issue with it is that I just really, once I knew it was about the big banana, I just wanted her to come on the stage as a banana.
That would have been so funny.
Like, I know it's just the thing I want and wish for, but like...
Okay, here's a question for you. How do I pose this question? Like, what kind of banana? Like, are we... What? Don't you know what I mean?
What does that mean?
Peeled or unpeeled?
Oh, you mean cut or uncut?
Sliced or unsliced? Whatever banana you like.
One of those ones that's got like the little wax tip. That too niche. Why are they wax tipped?
I think it's for the brand.
Oh, like that's a specific brand does that.
I think.
That seems like a lot of effort for what is just
I know, it sounds
bananas.
really satisfying. Imagine getting a whole bunch going. Bloop.
Wait, hang on. Is it like you can hold it from the end and you like...
Oh, maybe. Or it just reminds me of Baby Bell cheese.
Yeah.
And it's not that.
Anyway, I've never been on this journey about why they wax tip
peeled
those
or
bananas.
unpeeled?
Sorry,
I just want to know.
I think the reveal would be you'd peel, right?
Oh my god, like it's fully done. And then it opens. And you are like the banana inside. And you're like, hello.
Yeah. And then you could like pair it a little bit. Well, you
I'm
could
so
even,
deeply uncomfortable by that, but I also want to see it. I want to see it.
You could do bananas in pajamas. There's an Australian reference.
There's an Australian reference, yeah. It's not really like, we're straying away from big banana, though.
Fine. I just want a banana-based runway at some point in this season.
We don't know what's coming up, so we can hope. Oh my god,
that's so ridiculous. Okay, so who's up next? We have. Oh, we've already mentioned etc. Sorry, guys, we're literally just running through the video because it's the easiest way to do things. We have JoJo's our hoe.
JoJo's a hoe.
Sadly, our eliminated queen, who came out in what I thought was actually really fucking cool.
I loved it so much.
It's so cool.
So stunning.
I'm now confused, and maybe I was drunk when I was watching this, but I'm confused. Why did she get sent home now?
I think
because her born naked
first look wasn't up to scratch, and then Michelle was picking on that you could see the wig cap under the wig. And part of it was like, okay, but I think there could be like worse things on the runway, and you're pointing out a little bit of a detail.
Yeah.
And I know that's like, as I went on this whole journey inside my head where I was like, why would you call that out? Like, come on. And I was like, oh no, they're just trying to make them improve and like be polished.
But then even then they called that out, but then I don't recall them really calling out Scarlett for... Oh, maybe they did call her out about having like the stitched bit in the body.
Oh
suit
yeah,
and
it wasn't enough.
But it wasn't like...
They were like, kudos for fixing it.
Yeah. But I thought this was fucking amazing. It's like literally pairing Indigenous culture with like, I think she said like a Marie Antoinette like royalty vibe, which I think is so clever.
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing. I actually really like this one.
It's stunning. She looks beautiful. And then her message at the end as well.
Yes.
And I like that the skirt had like the handprints on it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like such nice details, really.
I'm just so upset. I like so upset that she's left.
Yeah.
Because then again, I went on her Instagram page and was like, okay, I really hope that she plays along from at home and it's like, here are my looks for each week because I'm so interested because she has like such like good looks. And I like, she has like this white paint that she puts on her body as well. I think for like a glossy look, that's the texture I get from the vibe. But I really like it. I'm really upset.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't know who I would choose in her place to go home.
I would have said Electroshock, but I was still rooting for her redemption.
Yeah. So I mean, a queen has to go home, but I just think that was the wrong queen this episode. I don't know.
I agree.
Although, if we're going to talk about the lip sync, she didn't give her all in the lip sync is what I feel.
Agree.
And I think, who was in lip sync with her? Was it Electra?
Electroshock.
Electra just fucking went for it.
Yeah, and I think that's where I'm like, these girls better watch out for her. Yeah.
Okay, so we've also got Carrington Finance.
Like drunken Melbourne,
which
Melbourne Cup girl.
Is good, but after someone's come out being like, Indigenous, royalty... I was a bit like, and now we've got Melbourne, which is white girls getting drunk in a field.
Literally.
It's very clever. I like it. But
she took it a different take. Yeah.
And then we had Anita, who
Got
literally
our second animal on the runway.
yes, who came as a sheep.
Oh no, our third because of the prawn.
Oh yeah, sorry, prawns are animals.
Oh my god.
Yep, sorry.
Wait.
Sorry, Maxie. Wait, what's happening
I'm like,
in your
I'm
brain right now?
forgetting something. Okay, no, yep.
What just happened?
I was just like mentally going through all the runways we've just spoken about.
We said this before. I think it was a bit of an easy one to be like, we have sheep. I'm like, that's not really. I guess it is New Zealand, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I wanted something different. I wanted her to show off more where she's from, like not just
like
the
her
whole country.
actual town. Like
Yeah.
if her town like is the biggest sheep export, I don't know, like
A big
Perth.
sheep town, then
If it's the biggest sheep town in New Zealand, thank
Then
you for
fine.
putting those words in my mouth. Then I get it.
then sure, yeah.
But then
yeah.
is that us? Are we critiquing us, or like are we critiquing her and not taking in the fact that we literally just said, "Oh, you don't know enough about New Zealand."
Yeah.
Or that specific hometown.
Maybe. I don't know. All I know is that I actually like the jacket and pants. They're really fun.
I do
want
too.
to own them and wear them.
Oh, it looks so comfortable.
Yeah.
I wanted from this. I wanted a bigger headpiece.
Oh, a bigger
I wanted
headpiece.
big horns that were like bigger than her head.
Right.
I just wanted it. I wanted that to be
Elevated.
exaggerated. Yeah.
But otherwise, I fucking like match these bits of like outfit with other things. Like you could easily do it.
Oh my God.
I love the jacket so much.
I just want to sit and watch TV in
I just
those
want
pants.
to cuddle Anita while
Yeah.
she wears that and just be really cozy.
And you can. She's here right now. I don't.
Yes, right in the room. Okay, let's see. And then we have, who even is that?
It's ketamine.
Oh, sorry, Ketamine. I was kind of like, oh, it's the All Blacks. Like, is this like related to their?
Like, is this the town where they train and?
Yeah, like
is this their hometown?
I don't know.
I actually don't remember what was her hometown. Auckland.
Potentially.
Okay. maybe yeah. It was.
Okay, but yeah, I don't know. To be fair, it's nothing against that look or anything, but even when Bimini did on the first episode
True.
of that of UK season 2, came out and did like a sporting thing, I'm just not like, and like it was a good look. I'm just like, I'm like, get sport out of drag. I don't want it
I knew
here.
you were gonna say that.
I hate it.
I don't want to mix the two.
I will only watch the AFL because of thighs. Otherwise, I don't want sport and drag culture getting mixed up together. It doesn't seem right to me.
Maybe it's Stan just pushing that they have Stan Sport.
She's just got like a Stan Sport logo on the back
watch
instead.
Stan Sport now.
Yeah, potentially. I don't know. I just always find it like a bit like oh look, it's like a I can't even remember a team. Do you know I couldn't even think of the word team just then? I was like, oh, they're a band.
What's that sporting term? Oh, team.
Oh, team. Like I was just like,
yeah. Look,
you know.
that's fine. It's personal opinions.
Yes.
Look, I also understand that rugby is really
it is a
important
big thing there. Yeah.
And you know, they're iconic. They're an iconic team.
Yes. So I get it. It's just me having
And I
personal
liked
issues.
the bedazzled football.
Oh, that was cool. Yes.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's see details. I like details.
Now, my favorite of the episode was Arts,
Yes.
which I thought was very clever. It does very much speak to Melbourne,
Absolutely.
and it does kind of like almost like a niche bit where it's like, oh, I'm doing Melbourne high fashion,
yeah.
but then also doing a bit of a slap in the face. Oh,
Yeah.
look, this is that, tourist location everyone knows about. So, but it was subtle enough that it wasn't just like, I don't know what
She
else you
didn't
do.
come out already in the graffiti.
Yeah. It was like, it was fun that it was subtle in other ways and then was like, bam,
Yeah.
Hosier Lane. Like,
Fun.
So I really
So
like
much
that.
fun. And the like reveal. So
Oh,
good. With like the flip arounds.
seamless.
So good.
I don't even know how. How do you do
I
that?
know, I try that and I would get caught up in everything. I'd probably find myself on the ground.
Yeah. Also, I saw she tweeted about how she did the hat.
Oh, yes. 'cause
So it was hidden in her back pocket.
Oh.
And then she, at some point in this whole process of spinny, dippity,
Oh my
taking
God.
everything off, pulls it up, and then it has magnets, and so she just snaps it on.
Stop.
Yeah,
I need
that was
to
really
watch
cool.
it again.
Yeah.
That's amazing because I remember like watching her and getting critiqued and I was like, what's up with her hat?
Yeah.
And then like when we were watching it and I was like, she didn't have a hat.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
No,
And
no.
I was
So
like, did she turn the hat
spins around.
inside out?
Yeah, true. Where is the hat?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, you don't see the edit where it happens, yeah. But, and then also said Nam on it, which is great as well. We love seeing more Indigenous culture out there.
Absolutely.
Love it, love it, love it. So, yeah, they were our queens. What did you think about our bottom two?
Yeah, it's hard. I feel like I really was like, I don't want either of these guys to go. But, you know, it's Drag Race and you have to fucking bite the bullet. And someone has to leave.
It's not season 13. Someone's got to go home in the first episode. Yeah. Look, it's happened.
It's happened.
And I'm just going to have to get over it.
We can mend this week, heal.
Yep.
And hope that someone we dislike goes home next week.
The issue is I love all of it. Like you said before, it's like because it's Drag Race Oz, it's just like, well, Oz in New Zealand, sorry, New Zealand. But like it's just like feels so close to home that I'm just like, I love all of you. Yeah. Never leave. Is this how the Americans feel? I
don't know. But I feel like there's a bit more like battle between like East and West Coast.
Yeah, that's true.
They're like,
so at least they have that.
Like,
yeah.
And we're just like, we're just happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm usually just like, I like that one because they wear pretty colours.
Literally.
And now it's more like I'm a bit like, yeah, it's Australian drag queen. Like I'm really just going for the ones close to home, you know. Like it's
literally,
weird.
It's not Drag Race Down Under, it's Drag Race Canberra.
Yeah, literally.
And we've already got our winner.
Yeah. And how do we feel about RuPaul not having his makeup?
I felt like a fever dream. I did not. They were explaining
wrong.
it to me, and I was like, no. It got so meta that RuPaul said to RuPaul, "Oh, are you actually going to do the whole show without makeup on?" And then RuPaul said to RuPaul, "Yes, my makeup's just in transit." But RuPaul in drag was already in drag in front of RuPaul.
Yeah,
not in drag.
There was a lot of layers. My issue with the whole thing was, and according to the preview next week. She's dolled up again. We're all fine. It's not going to be the whole season, thank God. But I just was like, surely the amount of time it would have taken to be like, okay, this is the storyline we're going to do now. And then we're going to film these new bits of RuPaul later when we have the makeup. And then having to know what you're going to get them to say to do the conversation bits. Surely by that time, you could have just found a New Zealand makeup artist and purchased some makeup.
That's right.
In New Zealand and just... did it.
That. Oh, no. Maybe, look, we don't know what happened.
Also, it would have just been really interesting to see Ru done, not, because does Raven still do makeup?
Yeah.
So, Ru in Raven makeup versus Ru in, like, random New Zealand makeup artist makeup.
How incredible for that person.
Yeah.
It'd be like, when Gottmik was like, oh yeah, Paris Hilton was my first celebrity client. I was like, how the fuck do you go from just doing normal shit to then Paris Hilton of all people, who's like probably so precious about how they look.
Oh yeah,
like very like this is my brand. Like you have to make sure I look a certain way.
Yeah,
so similar to RuPaul.
Yeah, well that's exactly why RuPaul literally went with this whole stupid storyline instead of just getting. But I think it would have just been so interesting to see her face looking different.
I know,
and actually like comparing it, but it's never gonna happen.
We'll never see it
because RuPaul is very precious.
Also, the season 1 filter was kind of making its in and out presence. Did you notice that at all?
Yes.
I felt like it focused into the shot each time. I was like, oh, it's so blurry. And then I was like, oh. But then I was like, was it just RuPaul out of drag as well?
Yeah.
Because I noticed on the judging panel, it was like, oh, it's kind of like fuzzy or like
I think
shiny.
they try to do. I think Ru does request like a soft focus vibe most of the time because you, I don't think you really notice usually on the judging panel when she's in drag because.
That's true.
But yeah, it's definitely there.
Because I was like, RuPaul is like a poreless man, and like not even in makeup or anything, and is so smooth.
So smooth.
And then you cut to like queens in makeup that have got like all those harsh lights on them.
Yeah.
And, like, I can see like pores and stuff, which I'm like. Bitch, same.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just like the harsh difference between just.
No, as long as they make Ru look good, doesn't matter about the other queens.
I know.
But yeah, no.
Anyway. Well, do we know what's happening next week?
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Oh no, it was Snatch Game.
Oh, it's Snatch Game. Can you believe it's already Snatch Game?
Oh,
like
was
we
fast.
didn't have to like wait that long.
No, I hope they just open the library in the next episode as well.
I know.
They do Snatch Game, we get a top 3, we
get a
home.
winner by episode 3. You know.
They've learnt their lesson from season 13. They're like, let's just get it done.
Okay, before we go, what do we want to say is our what are we thinking is going to pop up on Snatch Game next week?
Oh, okay. Well, we know Bindi is already.
Bindi,
weird choice.
Which
I
was
think,
like what
flex.
3 people doing Bindi?
Wait,
or like
what is that? What it
like
was?
2 or 3 people that were like, I'm doing Bindi.
I
Like,
do Bindi.
I'm also doing Bindi. And I was like, Bindi was the last person that I would ever think.
I think it would just be.
option.
I just think it would be tricky to make her funny. You know.
I agree.
But it'll be interesting to see how they do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would probably do. I do like an unhinged like play school presenter. Like, do you remember like Noni Hazelhurst?
Oh yes.
I would do her because she's quite funny because she was like a presenter and quite happy on these things. She's gone on to do other acting.
Yes.
But she like there's one key thing where there's this like picture book that was written by someone. It's like a joke picture book for like kids, but it isn't. It's called Go the Fuck to Sleep, and it's like about not being able to get your child to go to sleep. And she does this great like video where it's almost like she's presenting on Play School, but she's reading out this hilarious book where it's like Go the fuck to sleep. And I think that energy would be really funny, and you could tap into that and just make her like obviously just make her a little bit more crazy and unhinged. But just have her there, almost being too smiley and trying to be, you know, like cute presentery, but then like slowly losing it.
Losing your mind.
So that's what I would choose to do, maybe.
That's what,
There's definitely 100 million better options.
I'm just very curious because, as much as it feels like we don't have many like celebrities in Australia.
Yeah.
I think there are definitely iconic people that we have that would be a choice.
Yeah. Bert Newton.
Yeah. I mean, that's a choice.
There's so many, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
I've lost the name.
Wait, who are you thinking?
I've lost it. Oh, you could do like a Pauline Hanson.
Yes, true.
Vibe.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, we've had Pauline Pants Down, an actual drag artist, do that before.
Yes, that is correct.
So it'd be interesting to see if someone did that, if there would be like a bit like, oh, it's already been done in drag. But
then again,
it's very obvious. It's
how many people have done Cher?
Yeah,
how many people have done
too many?
The same people in Snatch Game?
Yes.
So
Britney Spears. Too many times.
Too many. I'm just really excited.
Yes, it's going to be so good.
So fun.
All right, well, thank you for joining us on this
having
journey with us. We'll see you next week for more fun.
More outfits and a lot more drag.
Woo! Oh, I'm so keen. I'm so keen.
I'm so excited.
Oh, one thing before we go. Who is your winner? Who do you think is going to win the whole thing?
I think Art Simone is in a real good chance.
Okay. I want to be very confident and say etc.
Love it. I'll stand by you.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Can't wait. All right.
All right.
Catch ya.
Bye.